Tonight on the Bayou Breakdown, an intro to LSU Softball's upcoming season, LSU students getting fit for the new year, how LSU looks to make their impact on Sunday, and our picks for the big game. All this and more, the Bayou Breakdown starts now. Good evening and welcome to the Bayou Breakdown. I'm Kennedy Banks.
And I'm Santiago Rodriguez.
We begin tonight with some campus news. LSU evacuated the digital media building due to high carbon dioxide levels earlier today. LSU EHS is advising people to avoid the area and said there will be no re-entry until the building is clear. LSU students and staff were notified of this through text and email. The cause of the elevated levels is still unknown. This is a developing story.
Students are also buzzing today about who is coming to Death Valley. LSU has just announced that global pop artist Post Malone will perform at Tiger Stadium on May 23rd as one of Death Valley's live stadium series performers. In addition to Post Malone live in concert, LSU has also decided to roll in 3 Grammy winner Jelly Roll into the mix. Pre-sale tickets go live this Friday at 6 at 10 a.m. Fans can secure tickets throughout general on sale starting at February 10th at 10 a.m. Speaking of the stars in Tiger Stadium, former LSU quarterback Garrett Nussmeier showed out in the Panini Senior Bowl. The former Tiger completed 5 of 8 passes for 57 yards and 1 interception. Nussmeier is seen as a pocket passer, but in Saturday's performance, he showed that some flair taking the read option into the end zone for 6. This showing earned Nussmeier the Senior Bowl MVP honors. With this showing, Nussmeier caps off a rather underwhelming senior season at LSU as he looks to continue boosting his draft stock ahead of April's NFL draft.
LSU Softball leads off the 2026 season against the NC State Wolfpack. Reporter Juliet Marino is here to give us the rundown on everything to know about the Tiger squad going into the new season. Juliet?
Thanks, Kennedy. After a rough ending to last season, LSU softball is all in for 2026. And with star returners and transfers on the roster, Beth Torina and this team believe that this year's outcome will be different. My name is Juliet Marino, and I'm here to tell fans what to know about LSU softball heading into this year. Now, by quick glance, fans will start to see unfamiliar faces. The Tigers have added 11 new players to the roster, which is the most in program history. But that doesn't mean there's no experienced players. LSU reeled in 5 transfers like infielder Allie Hutchins, whose last season started all 58 games at third base for Kentucky. By getting these playmakers from the portal, LSU managed to add the depth it needed to have on the field. But we cannot forget how big it was to retain the Tigers' top players from last season. Star players like Tori Edwards, Macy Bergeron, and Jayla Lassiter will help lead this team to success by not only being this year's captains, but by their style of play. Going to this year, LSU has won over 40 games in the last 3 seasons and are looking to continue that streak. The Tigers headline this season as the number 13 team in the country. Torina and her squad look to get over the hump and make the College World Series. But that's if everything goes according to plan for Torina. Entering her 15th season at LSU, Torina hasn't had a team to the College World Series since 2017. And if this streak continues, it could be time for a change at head coach. But hey, if all the logistics work out, this might be a home run type of season for LSU. The Tigers start things off this Thursday against NC State, and soon enough, fans will know whether or not this team is worth the hype.
Thanks, Juliet. Heading down under for the Australian Open, LSU alum Neil Skupski and his double partner, American Christian Harrison, won the men's doubles at the Australian Open. They defeated the Australian pairing of Kubler and Pullman in 2 sets. It's the 4th major title for the British, as he's also won Wimbledon 3 years in a row, 2 in mixed doubles and 1 in men's doubles.
Skupski was a part of the LSU men's tennis team from 2008 to 2012, winning all 3 American honors. Staying on topic, LSU men's team is currently undefeated and ranked in the top 25 for the first time since 2024. The team played earlier this afternoon against Rice University to move to 6-0 on the season. The Tigers will be back in action at home tomorrow at 5, where they will be taking on Tulane, looking to keep their win streak alive.
Number 5 ranked LSU women's tennis is currently underway, facing off against in-state opponent, the Tulane Green Wave. Tiger TV sports reporter Cassidy Taylor is live from the LSU Tennis Complex to tell us how the Tigers are matching up.
Thanks,
Cassidy.
Santiago. As you can see behind me here, the Tigers are facing off against the Tulane Green Wave for a Louisiana showdown. Now, the Tigers are looking to remain undefeated tonight as they sit in the number 5 spot and are desperately looking to move up. Now, that's all the time I have here tonight. As you can see, Florentine Deckers and Kenna Erickson are about to go crazy in a doubles match. Back to you all at the desk.
Coming off another impressive victory, LSU Gymnastics remains one of the best teams in the nation. Sports reporter Jesse Earls was in front of the PMAC earlier today to talk about Jay Clark's squad.
Thanks, guys. I'm in front of the PMAC where thousands of fans will be lined up to watch LSU Gymnastics on Friday. The Tigers traveled to Columbia, Missouri last week to take on the Missouri Tigers, where LSU picked up its 4th victory of the season and 3rd against a ranked opponent. Though the team may enjoy performing in front of a sold-out home crowd, the uncomfortable conditions of a road test are just as valuable to success. LSU will be in action against Penn State in an out-of-conference showdown. The Nittany Lions are ranked 13th and are 4-0 in the season, so there will be no easy task for the Tigers. Scheduling meets such as this one are intentional by Clark, who looks forward to these opportunities.
I want to bring in recognizable teams, teams that are name brand teams. This is a Big Ten school. Penn State's got a rich tradition in our sport, and they're doing pretty well this year. Got themselves off to a really good start, and so I feel like we owe it to our fans to bring in good competition.
The ranked Tigers and the ranked Nittany Lions will be in action on Friday right here in the PMAC. Back to you two at the desk.
Thanks, Jesse. After the break, a look at how students can get fit for the new year.
Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted.
Be right there. Wait. Use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel. Then make sure it's cool.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokeyBear.com. Brushed up on some tips before we left. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
The freedom to live in safety. That's an American dream.
There's nothing like celebrating a big play. But now, we're celebrating something bigger than sports.
Love, your mind.
Love?
Your mind.
You're training your mind as much as you're training your body.
For me, just stay grounded. Be with the people who make my mental health better and not worse.
So when you see us hit this, it's a reminder to
love
your mind.
Welcome back to the Bayou Breakdown. I'm Kai Hamilton. A new semester at LSU brings fresh goals, fresh routines, and for many, a fresh start at the UREC. Once the semester gets rolling, the UREC turns into one of the busiest spots on campus. Students pack the weight room, cardio machines fill up fast, and every corner of the building feels alive with that new year, new me energy.
During the January, February kind of new year, new you season, we generally see between 2,500 and 3,000 students a day. And we are close to seeing about 1 million users a year.
I usually come to the gym like 5 days a week. I try to come late at night because like after school hours, like 4 to 5, it gets a little busy. Like right now, you can see it's packed in here, but I love it here. Yeah, I come here every day. It's probably my favorite building on campus.
But even with the crowds, the URIC has more to offer than what you see on the main floor. From the indoor track to the pool to group fitness classes, there are plenty of ways to stay active without waiting in line.
Yes, it is busier, but we also have OccuSpace, which you can go on our website and click on a link and it'll tell you how busy different parts of the building are. We also have UREC at Nicholson, which is about an 8,500 square foot fitness only space at the bottom of Canal Hall. And we also have the UREC Field Complex out on River Road, Guerrero and River Road, which is a 26-acre field complex with 8 multi-purpose fields for our club sports and our intramural programs.
With the new year, new me mindset, the URIC has its highest traffic of the year. But whether it's a group fitness, intramurals, or finding those off-peak hours, there's a way for everyone to reach their goals.
Number 6 LSU women's basketball recently hosted number 24 Alabama and dominated the Crimson Tide, winning 103-63. Coach Kim Mulkey's Tigers swarmed Alabama's offense, causing 17 turnovers.
Jada Richards led the way for the Tigers offensively, scoring 16 points on a perfect 5-for-5 shooting. But the defense is what made the offense, as Kate Koval shined with 3 blocks and 9 rebounds.
Our defense today was special. You just wish you could bottle that up and play like that every game. Guys, we just beat a very good basketball team. Do not be misled by that score. Everything that we did defensively today affected what we did offensively.
The Tigers will look to stay hot as they travel to Austin to face number 4 Texas on Thursday. LSU men's basketball went up to South Carolina to take on the Gamecocks in a game where the Tigers held strong to take the win in overtime.
At the end of regulation, the score was tied at 78. The first 3 minutes in overtime, the two teams traded for buckets from the charity stripe. With 25 seconds left in overtime, the Tigers led by 1. Pablo Tamba finds Mac McKinnon, opens the corner, and he hits the dagger. The Tigers win 92-87 and their second win in SEC play.
This win was super important in my opinion. I mean, Matt McMahon has been on the hot seat, and this is the kind of win that gets you back in a comfortable spot.
Yeah, definitely. He's super lucky there. But coming up after the break, Louisiana's very own setup in the first NFL game in France. Stay tuned.
Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted.
Be right there. Wait. Use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel. Then make sure it's cool.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokeyBear.com. Brushed up on some tips before we left. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
The freedom to live in safety. That's an American dream.
There's nothing like celebrating a big play. But now, we're celebrating something bigger than sports.
Love, you're mine.
Love?
You're mine.
You're training your mind as much as you're training your body.
For me, just stay grounded. Be with the people who make my mental health better and not worse.
So when you see us hit this, it's a reminder to
Love.
you're mine.
The New Orleans Saints are set to play in the NFL's first ever regular season game in Paris, France next season. It's only right the Saints represent the home team in the first NFL game in Paris, considering the connection to French culture and not to mention the Fleur-de-Lis logo paying homage to Louisiana's heritage. The Saints will take on the Cleveland Browns in their first home away from home game. Back here stateside, we're prepping for the big game, and Dylan Bullock is here to tell us about the Tigers looking to make an impact on Super Bowl Sunday. Dylan?
Thanks, Kennedy. LSU has had at least one former Tiger competing in the Super Bowl for the last 25 seasons. The streak stays alive this season as 6 former Tigers will be playing in this year's Super Bowl. I'll be breaking down how these former Tigers performed this season and who I believe will have the biggest impact on Sunday. We start with Seattle, where only one former Tiger will be playing, and that's offensive lineman Anthony Bradford. Even though Seattle has had a dominant offense all season long, Bradford himself has had a bit of a down year. Throughout the season, he has had a 50.6 PFF grade, which is ranked 70 out of 81 guards in the NFL. Moving on to New England, where they had 5 former Tigers throughout their roster, with offensive lineman Will Campbell, wide receiver Kayshon Boutte, linebackers Brandon Swinson and Kenwan Chason, and defensive tackle Jaquilin Roy. Both Roy and Swinson didn't see that much playing time during the season, only recording 1 sack between both players combined. Kayshon Boutte may only be the 3rd receiving option for MVP candidate Drake May, but he has been reliable for the Patriots' top 10 scoring offense. Boutte has had 551 receiving yards and 6 touchdowns, giving him a PFF grade of 70.9, which is 36 out of 81 receivers. Kenwan Chason has been a difference maker in rushing the passer, as he has had 54 pressures this season, which ranks top 20 in all edge rushers in the NFL. His determination to get to the quarterback has helped New England have a top 10 defense this season. The player I believe who will have the biggest impact is Will Campbell. Campbell was drafted 4th overall in last year's draft and has had a very impactful rookie year thus far. Campbell only surrendered 26 pressures across 449 snaps for a 5.8% pressure rate, which is 10th among all guards this season. Campbell also led all rookie offensive linemen with a 76.6 PFF grade, and Campbell will have to work on maintaining his blocks, as his in-block block rate only being a 10.8%, which is ranked among the bottom half of all starting left tackles. All 6 of these players have all played a very crucial role to help get their team in the Super Bowl in one way or another. I can't wait to see these Tigers perform and what should be another classic in the Super Bowl. Coming up after the break, Kennedy and Santiago give their picks on the big game.
Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted.
Be right there. Wait. Use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel. Then make sure it's cool.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokeyBear.com. Brushed up on some tips before we left. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
The freedom to live in safety. That's an American dream.
There's nothing like celebrating a big play. But now, we're celebrating something bigger than sports.
Love, you're mine.
Love?
You're mine.
You're training your mind as much as you're training your body.
For me, just stay grounded. Be with the people who make my mental health better and not worse.
So when you see us hit this, it's a reminder to
Love.
you're mine.
Welcome back. The Super Bowl matchup is set. It's the Patriots versus the Seahawks, a rematch of Super Bowl 49, where the Seahawks infamously didn't run the ball on the 1. Santiago, who do you got and why?
Well, Kennedy, the Seahawks fans are about to have the best Sunday of their lives. They're going to win Super Bowl 60. They're going to have their rematch against the Patriots, and they're going to win in Santa Clara again, which is the Niners stadium. Kennedy, who do you got?
Yeah, I'm going to have to disagree with you. Drake May is playing really well, and that connection with Stephon Diggs should not be forgotten. I'm going with the Patriots.
Perfect. Well, that's all that time that we have for today's edition of the Bayou Breakdown. Until next time, I'm Santiago Rodriguez.
And I'm Kennedy Banks. Have a great night.